Welcome back.
Hello, everyone. And we are so excited about this episode today.
We were, yeah. This is Courtney's idea. She put it to me and I was like, okay, we can give this a go. So you can explain.
So I'm so interested in like the other world and like this whole tarot and psychic world. I just find it so interesting. So we have the amazing Sister of the Moon on with us. And she's going to explain to you a bit about what she does and how it all works.
Yeah, I think we're interested in work as well as like learning about like you and, you know, sort of how you do it or how you discovered that you had this gift, this talent. So yeah, when did this first start? Were you young?
Yeah, so I've always had imaginary friends, always been a bit different to everybody else.
Different's good.
Really felt socially like awkward with certain people. It's because it's only been really recently that people have been open to it all. So I've had struggles throughout my life about like, you know, feeling lonely. And then when my granddad died, I think it was about 14, 15, I could smell him. And I couldn't understand how I could smell him all the time. Just going around my house, I could smell him on my pillow. And then, yeah, it just kind of interested me. And back then you didn't have social media or the internet. So I'd done my own research using library books, using, you know, just things that I could to try and find out why I could smell him.
And so there was nobody else around you that had like any insight to...
My mum used to do tarot cards using playing cards.
Okay.
It's sorry, because in my bedroom at home, my lights have just been changed, but one light still flickers on and off.
Yeah. It's probably just the electrical system.
No, because it's never happened before.
That happens though. That does happen.
I know, and I thought it was a bit weird. Like what my dad just changed my light bulbs, and one light just keeps flickering on and off.
I've got to be, and I know that there's a difference, isn't there, between, and I get confused, but when I was sort of 16 and at school, we had this like grand idea. There were a few kids in my school and their mum said they were a white witch and they, you know, did lots of this like spiritual stuff. Anyway, so we asked her how to do a Ouija board and we did a Ouija board. And I honestly, and it's really mad, right? Because I was 16 at the time. So it's a very long time ago, but I still to this day, it terrifies me. Like this thing moved, like I'm not even joking, this thing moved and I was so scared. I didn't sleep. My mum was like, I was supposed to stay around my friend's house that night that we did it in, couldn't sleep. She had to pick me up. We had to leave. I was up all night. I couldn't get out of my mind that this thing was moving. So that must have meant that there were spirits around me all the time. So I'd be like in my bed, terrified that there would be like these, there must be spirits all around me all the time. Anyway, I ended up having to like talk to someone because I just wouldn't sleep. I was so jumpy. I was so scared. It absolutely terrified me. And I like almost, I don't really talk about it or tell many people about it because I'm almost like embarrassed to say it because I can tell people looking at me thinking, oh yeah, as if it moved. You were just kids, someone moved it. But the way it moved, you could tell no one was moving it. It was like bobbing up and down like this. It was not just like a straight, like just being like someone was pushing it. You could tell basically. I feel like silly always saying it to people because I started, you know, as well, like as the years went on, I started to like doubt myself. I'm like, wait, did it really happen? Did that really happen? But it did. It really happened.
Yeah,
like,
I believe you. I totally believe you because this is the thing. A lot of people underestimate it and don't like they go into it thinking, oh yeah, it's all fun and games. But I've seen a lot of the dark side of it as well. I've had to deal with demonic energy and bad energies and you know it's very real and people especially nowadays it's kind of like a novelty, so you find everyone's buying tarot cards and everyone's tuning in and you know while that's great that so many people are on board, they don't do the correct protection or you know look into actually everything is told by Google, you know everyone believes what Google says and it's hard.
Yeah.
So because I always get like really, really bad nightmares. So I sometimes feel like I could be possessed. Like, I'm not even joking. I sleep with my hand in the air. Like, that's not normal. Like, my boyfriend looks at me and he gets freaked out. He's like, you actually scare me in the night because I sleep like this, my hand in the air.
Courtney is quite a dramatic person also, so this is why I'm not sure whether to, you know, I'm not sure she's possessed.
No, I really could be.
this is something else as well that's really, really common is sleep paralysis. And it's basically where you're sort of trapped in between worlds consciously. And
I've watched programs on this. Isn't that where all your dreams happen? Like in that in-betweeny bit? Like your
REM, is it called REM?
Yeah, I've seen programs.
Yeah. So of course science have their opinion on it and spirituality have their opinion on it, but yeah, it's very common, and it can feel, sometimes you can go in paralysis where you can't move, and then it feels like things are sitting on your chest, or you can see things in the room with you. It can be quite scary. But it's interesting you say about the hand in the air, because your hands are where your energy is. The palm of your hands is where you can sort of, where your energy comes out of, input and output. And if you're going like that, it could be also that you're trying to kind of
suck someone in,
sort your nightmares out by kind of like letting the light in. It's really interesting.
God, how weird is that?
Yeah.
My boyfriend literally said, I'll upload one when this episode comes out to our page. But my boyfriend takes pictures and videos of me doing it.
I have like mad dreams, but I like wake up more like I've like woken up in the middle of the night and got myself completely fully dressed in like not even my clothes, sometimes like other people's clothes. Yeah, I'm like a bit of a sleepwalker. I don't know how this has gone to sleep, but I like do that, and I like wake up and possessed. I wake up and get myself dressed, and I'll wake up and I'll be fully dressed in like jeans, and I think, what the hell, like how did that happen? Or I've like a lot of the time I think I have like night terrors. Like I'll wake up and think that somebody's in the room, and I wake George up like screaming because I think someone's in the room and he's terrified. But then I finally come round and realise there's nobody in the room. But it's always something like really like the last one happened was like a man in a full green suit. I could see a man in, and I was like, he's in a green suit. And George was like, what are you talking about? Like, there's nobody in the room. And he gets scared. He has to like turn the lights on and be like, just double check. I'm just
never the worst, I find. My husband's Muslim, so he's like totally anti all of this. So
really? That's interesting.
Yeah, and there was one time we was asleep and I'd woke up. I don't know if any of you have ever heard the death rattle. It's like a sound that old people make before they die. It's kind of like a croaking.
I've never heard it.
No. Sorry, I worked in a hospital, so I just automatically expect everyone to have heard it. Anyway, I heard this death rattle underneath me and I freaked out. Like, because I was asleep, I just jumped up, went into protection mode. I was like to my husband, screaming at him, like, get on the bed, turn the light on quick, get on the bed, like going mental. And he was freaking out. And I said to him after, I was like, did you hear that noise coming from underneath the bed? And he was like, Sarah, that noise was coming from you. And I was like,
oh my God.
So what happened is I also astro project, which is where your soul leaves your body. Soul had left my body, so I'm hearing it underneath the bed, but he's hearing it coming from me. Yeah, that was a freaky one.
Oh my God.
That would creep me out.
Just puts the Quran on and thinks that I'm possessed.
Right, let's get to it.
Okay.
Let's work your magic.
Okay, who am I doing first?
Go with Courtney first because she's very excited.
Okay.
I feel like the only thing is Courtney like comes to people that read fortunes, and is it read fortunes? Is that the correct fortune teller?
Fortune teller, yeah.
Comes to people like this, I think, searching for answers, like wanting to know, like wanting to know something very specific.
Yeah. See, and what I find with mine is because I do a lot of tarot reading, it's to come. So people go, oh, that doesn't make sense. And then months later, they'll message me and be like, oh my God, guess what's just happened? And then it makes sense.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. So we were talking about tarot reading, and I said, Joe, what? It's so weird. I'm going to look back on your message that you sent me like 4 years ago, and you'd say all this stuff and none of it made sense to me. But one of the most thing that pointed out to me, this is before I met my boyfriend, you said you're going to meet a Leo and Leo's going to come into your life. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Anyway, my boyfriend's a Leo. And I was like, I think that is so weird.
That is weird.
Yeah, I get that a lot. I get things like that. Or people who can't have children and I tell them they're going to have a baby and they're like, no, that can't happen. And then they come back and they're like, guess what? And I'm just like, right. Okay. So work-wise, first of all. So work, there is endings and new beginnings here for you. So I feel like something, you've turned a chapter, but it's almost like you're trying to take on too much at one time. So even though there's these endings and new beginnings, you're looking too much at what is going on around you. You're wanting to try this, to try that. It's almost like a hidden anxiety as to what you're going to do. So there's like all these opportunities and you're trying to grab too many at one time because you're scared that you're not going to have any at the end of it. And you need to not focus on the negatives and look at the positives, because you have so many opportunities that are going to bring you out to where you need to be. There's a lot of balance around it, and you do get wishes come true. So things do go your way. Okay, so that's work.
So my 11/11 wishes come true.
Yeah. Okay, home life, there's a home move, a house move.
Good, she needs to move.
And there's a lover. So I'm assuming if you don't already live with your partner, you will be. There's commitments here, endings, new beginnings again. There is a holiday that's being spoken about, or time away. And actually home life, again, you do come across like a bit of a worrier. Like you kind of focus on what's not right because you want to fix it rather than what is right.
Yeah, that is
so
me.
This is like, yeah, but I see contracts being signed, I see a house move, I see a holiday coming up, and it's just like peace of mind. Like eventually you're getting there, you're almost there. Like you get to the point where you can kind of take a big deep breath and everything's fine, everything's perfect. So that's coming.
That's exciting.
And home life will cover friends, family, you know. Okay, so financially, money is going on a baby. So someone's had a baby or having a baby. There are new beginnings around finances as well. And I do feel like money is paid to you from the past. So it's like you revisit an old job, you revisit something that someone who owes you money, but like money comes from the past, from something from the past. Okay, so yeah, there is a positive turning point with money, and you actually have a lot of contentment, financial contentment. So that's really, really good. I've got to ask you, because you've got an elderly male around you. I'm not getting any names or anything at the moment, but he's focusing on, I don't know if you have any Jewish links. There's a Jewish wedding I'm being shown.
There has been. My sister got married about 3 years ago.
Try not to explain things to me until after, because it sometimes, no, it's all right. Sometimes I don't like it because it sways what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
So I will just tell you things. Some of it might be completely random and not make sense, but hold on to anything that doesn't.
Okay.
So yeah, there's an older male, and he is showing me a Jewish wedding. It's almost like he was there at the wedding. So he was past, but he was there. He was present at the wedding. There is also, I'm getting a B initial as well, who is an elderly female, but I feel like she hasn't passed. So he's almost around the elderly female.
Oh my God. No, I know, but she's so creepy.
Yeah, B initial. And I'm getting like you're quite a close family. You're quite a big, close family. You're almost like your family are like your best friends. You're all like friends as well as family. You also have a little dog around you in spirit as well. So the dog, do you have a dog now?
Yeah.
Because it's like there's two dogs, but one of them is in spirit, one of them isn't, and they don't like each other.
Really?
They don't get on.
It's almost like jealous of each other.
They both want to rule the roost. They both want to be the head dog, and that's how it is in your house. Like it's, but yeah, there's this little dog that's just running around all the different rooms. But the male is around you. I don't know whether it's mother's side or father's side. I'm trying to get some names or something. I'm getting a G initial. There's a B initial and a G initial. Yeah, that's all I'm kind of getting. But there's, this male is around you and your family, and when they're around us, it's with love and light. So yeah.
That's so weird.
Someone got a cross necklace as well, a gold cross.
No.
Hold on to that. Okay, so relationships, again, I'm getting the move. So yeah, definitely a move within your relationship. Again, I've got that stress, that worry over making everything perfect and wanting everything to be a certain way. Do not worry, keep going. You are totally on track here. There is I don't know if you have spoke about in the future having children. I don't feel like that's going to happen imminently, but it is definitely something that is going to happen in the future. Okay, so it's not going to happen anytime soon, but I do see children, I do see babies for you. And yeah, you come out on top here. There is a Cancerian, so this could be a star sign or a time frame, which is June, July. And yeah, just be wise with how you deal with things though, because sometimes you can kind of take over a little bit, and it kind of like you have your way of doing things, and when you move in with your partner, if you move in with your partner, it's kind of like you need to take what he's saying as well, not just what you're saying.
Yeah.
So but everything is positive there, so that's really good.
Oh, amazing.
And then this is the last bit, which is just near future.
I like future.
Okay, again, there is someone around you who is pregnant or has a child recently had a child. So that's here. Lots of focus on family. Again, very family orientated. I do see disagreements within the family home. Nothing major. But again, it's kind of telling you to rein it in a little bit and kind of listen to what others are saying, as well as just what your point of view, listen to their point of view, because otherwise it could escalate. There are new beginnings financially, new beginnings around career, new beginnings around home, and you have all you need to succeed. You just have to take each day as it comes and go with the flow.
Yeah, that's what I normally do, is go with the flow.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's a good way of doing it.
Oh, thank you. Do you know what's so weird? So the man that's passed is my grandpa, but he's a J, which I guess G and J is quite similar.
Yeah.
And my grandma is Beryl.
I was just going to say Beryl. That was literally the next thing I was going to say.
She's alive.
Yeah, she's alive. He's passed, but he's very present though. Like, it's very strong energy within your family. So he's still around you all.
Oh, thank you.
That was amazing. And the two doggies not getting along. That's so funny. Lily and Maple.
That would be so weird because they're so like Lily and Maple are so similar, where they
both
always want to be
Courtney's
centre
dad.
of attention.
Yeah. They'll be jealous.
And Lily's ash is sitting in our kitchen as well. So I feel like she's like,
oh, there you go. That's the present.
Where?
Yeah.
There's like a bit under where the telly is. There's like a bit, and she's in the like.
No way!
We've got like a piece of her hair and everything.
I'm not sure if I think that's cute or weird.
Oh,
what if someone knocks it over?
No, because it's behind a glass thing. You can't touch it.
Oh.
Anyway, can I just say something funny? Me and Chloe was in New Orleans in America, right? And we went to a tarot reading. This was Chloe's first ever tarot reading, and she pulled out the devil card.
So I had basically
the death card. Was it the death?
No, it wasn't the death. Basically, I had like just maybe I'll tell you this story after. I don't want it to like.
And it couldn't have happened to a better person.
Everyone always says to me the devil card and the death card like are really scary, but they're actually not. They're really not. Especially the death card is so welcoming. That's all about like endings, new beginnings, starting new chapters, positive change. It's a really good card to have. But it's really interesting what you've just said, because I've just pulled cards as you were talking.
Oh, no.
And look at one of the cards you got.
Is it the devil? I'll tell you this story after.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Wait, so explain. I need you to elaborate here.
Okay, so with the devil is coming up, but to be honest, with this particular devil, it's like you stress a lot. You stress over things, you overthink them, you worry in a different way to how Courtney does, though. Like, this is like you kind of feel like, how can I explain it without offending?
No, you can offend me. Honestly, I'd rather.
It's like an element of control.
Right.
You feel like you kind of have to control certain situations or certain things to really feel okay and to not worry about it and have anxiety around it.
Yeah.
So when the devil comes up, I would say that's someone who actually does have a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, I do.
So for some reason, I've got quite like a heavy feeling at the moment, and I feel like this reading's going to be a little bit more emotional than what Courtney's was.
Okay.
So I'm sorry in advance. Okay.
No, that's okay.
If there is anything,
just lay it on me.
If there is anything you do perceive as negative, please speak to me about it, because tarot cards come across negative sometimes, but they're actually not. The only reason they're telling us that, it's like a kick up the bum to get us to sort things out. It's not anything negative. Okay. So work wise, there is change for you for work. There is a big change, and money comes in from it. So it's actually really positive. There are contracts being signed around work. So there's like whatever it is something new and something good for you, and you build yourself up. You're building your career up, and I feel like you're not at the peak yet. Like, your things are getting better and better and better, and money's coming in for you around career.
Okay.
I'm getting a bit breathless as I'm doing this, and this would be a sign that somebody would be around you in spirit, and it's kind of like a breathing issue of some sort. So I'm going to hold on to it, and I'll say it to you as it comes to me. Okay. Home life, I get a Sagittarius here, so this could be a time frame or a star sign, which is November, December. There are disagreements around home life, and you are worrying about making poor decisions, especially around the past. So I don't know if this is a past issue that is coming up, or whether this is someone from the past who has given you some kind of issue that you've held on to that's causing you anxiety. There are new beginnings around home life as well, and I feel like within your home life it's actually really good, but it's more of a mental thing that is what causes you problems with your home life. So it's more like stress, past trauma that stays with you, that sort of thing. But yes, there are new beginnings here, and I do actually wonder, because maybe I'm jumping the gun here, but there is pregnancy here as well.
Oh God.
So if this isn't now,
I'm
this is
stopping having sex now.
So
I'm not.
Yeah, but this is a reminder. It's asking you to stay grounded and stay like, don't let things all sort of get up in the air, all up in the air and cause you issues.
Yeah.
Okay, financially, I'm getting an overwhelming emotion here. I'll do finances, and then I think I'm going to connect to, there's a spirit that's trying to come through, so I'll connect via that. Relationship wise, I have a Cancerian, a Capricorn, and a Taurus. So these, like I said, can be star signs, or they can be relevant time frames of things that have happened or are happening. So Taurus is April, May, Cancerian is June, July, and Capricorn is December, January. There are like wishes come true for you here. Like, finances are fine, but I feel like you're kind of having to pay too much, or you've got it coming, like there's just stress. It's like one thing after another after another after another. Not saying you don't have the money there to do it, but it's almost like that anxiety of remembering to pay a certain thing at a certain time, or remembering that this is coming in. Like, it's just a lot of stress around money. You're focusing on the negatives more than you are the positives here. Look, like this card, for example, this is you. Rather than focusing on them beautiful golden cups, you're focusing on the ones that have been knocked over.
Okay. Yeah.
You see what I mean, right? And there is meetings around money as well, and things are going to get better, and they do get better, but you have to just mentally remember that they are better, rather than like compare it to where you were, rather than focusing on where they are at this moment. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, now you have an energy around you. It's very, very strong, of a young male. And the reason I'm getting the difficulty in breathing, I feel like there was like an impact, like I don't know if it was a car accident or something, but I'm getting an impact and it's winding me. It's like causing me difficulties to breathe. I'm getting very emotional because he's showing me there was something recently that lots of people got together, lots of people did something big. And it's really weird because he's a very lovely character. Like he's quite bubbly and stuff, but he has a lot of social anxiety. He has a lot of anxiety around, it's like people might not have known, but you would. Like he'll be at the party, but at the same time when he's with everyone, he kind of feels a bit of anxiety around being with everyone. And he's giving me sunflowers to give to people. So he's handing me literally, and he's putting a seed in my hand to give to you, a sunflower seed. And that's saying that like there's more to come. He's proud of you and you're blooming. That's your sunflower. He actually, like, I don't know, you probably can't see, but my hairs are all standing on end. He's such a loving, strong character. He's given me the name Gail.
That's his mum.
So he's saying Gail, and he's saying, hopefully this will fit and you can make sense of this, because I don't really get it. But he's saying enough is enough now. It's almost like justice wasn't done and people are holding on to that. And he's like, enough now. He's at peace. Everybody else needs to be at peace. And I'm hoping you can take that. And I think he wants that to be passed on to his mum.
Okay, I'll make her listen. She does anyway. She listens to everything I do.
Well, his mum is, I feel like his mum had a time recently where she was ill, and he was with her through all of it. He was with her. He was her strength. And he's saying he was her strength because she was always his. So, yeah, I mean, he's actually like a lovely boy. I feel like he was robbed of his life, but at the same time, he is at peace. He is, he's at peace. I'm getting an L initial here.
Yeah, his name was Lewis.
Okay, and he's such a strong character. Like he really is. But he's kind of saying what's done is done, and everyone needs to just remember the good times with him and not the bad.
Yeah.
Not that they had bad times, but you know what I mean? His passing and stuff. So yeah, and he's around you a lot. He's around his family a lot. He's got a lot of friends that he's around.
I ring for him.
Right, he's a big character, but like I said, there's this underlining social anxiety and worry, and do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
thought you were going to say like my nan or granddad. That wouldn't have made me cry. That would have just been nice. He makes me cry.
I feel like it was heavy. I feel like it's heavy. It's a heavy energy, because even though he's really at peace and lovely, I feel like the energy is heavy because people are holding on to things they shouldn't be holding on to.
Yeah, it was tragic. It was really, really sad. So
yeah,
it was 11 years ago now, but it was still.
That's what he's saying. He's saying enough is enough, and he is recognizing that people did something for him. Jodie,
maybe someone in his family.
Jodie.
Oh, Josie.
Josie
is his sister.
Yeah, Josie. Okay, so did she do something for him recently?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing like a tree of some sort. I'm seeing like, I don't know, was like a memorabilia thing or something. But
it was
anyway,
his 10-year anniversary, like in the summer. So
okay, so he was there. He's showing me he was with everybody. Okay. Right, relationship wise, we'll go back to the cards. Relationship, there is a Libra here, and there is a Taurus and a Sagittarius. You've got a lot of different signs and dates coming up. So Sagittarius is November, December, Taurus is April, May, and Libra is September, October. There are endings and new beginnings, but not endings as in a relationship ending. It's like a milestone or something you're doing together, like a positive change. And yeah, I mean, things are really good. There's peace of mind, wishes come true. Everything seems to be going the way you want it to go, but you're still worrying. I mean, maybe it's to do with like the jobs that you guys do, but there's just like worry around both of you. Yeah. And it's like your life is what's going on for you is great, but there's all that ways that anxiety or that worry around things. So yeah, again, relationships, there's that focusing on the negatives over the positives, but it's really, really positive.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Then the last one I'm on is near future.
Okay.
How weird is this? It's mad. It's crazy. Now you understand why I'm such a believer.
I know I have been to a few before and like trying to get Lewis to come through. I think he came through one other time. I'm like 100, even as much as I'm not as like spiritual as Courtney, I'm like 100% believer that I know that he's always, I get this weird feeling. Sorry, I know you wait to the end. So so since he died, like went to school together and we were like really, really good friends. There was something like a little bit more than that as well, but we were young. And when he died, it was obviously very suddenly. And whenever in my life I'm going through like a hard time or a tough time or I feel a bit sad, I feel like it feels like someone's always going like touching that on the back of my hand, and it's always on my left shoulder. And it feels like someone's just like putting their hand on my left shoulder, and I feel it every time I'm sad. And I might be crazy, but I'm 100% convinced that it is Lewis, like 1,000,000% convinced.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I mean, he is such a strong character that it wouldn't surprise me. And like I said, he keeps showing me sunflowers.
Yeah, so that was his flower when it was like his mum and his sister, and it was all their favorite flowers. So we always like put sunflowers everywhere and put the sunflower little emoji. Well,
when you see a sunflower, I would take that as a sign from him, 100%.
Yeah.
Because he's so like he's just got lots of sunflowers. Do you know what I mean? He's
nice.
Just like
his mum will like that.
But yeah, so near future, there is stress and anxiety coming, I have to tell you. Okay. It's almost like you will feel disappointment over something. It's just because you just need to slow down and take in one thing at a time. Everything is coming at once and it's overwhelming for you. And like I said before, it's with you, it's a mental thing. Like, you know, you're both overthinking things in your life, and this is where it's coming into it. But you are feeling a lot of stress around this and a lot of anxiety, and I think this is going to be kind of early next year. You have to keep going, because you know it's a little bump in the road that comes, but then you know you've got to do that to get to the other side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just remember, when this comes, it's not the end of the world. Don't take it as the end of the world. Yeah. And you are on the right path. It's showing me you're on the right path. You're exactly where you need to be in your life journey. So keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
Amazing. That was amazing. Yay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was so good. Yeah.
What's interesting as well is I don't always have, this is why I don't call myself a medium. I don't always have spirit come through, but with both of you I did. So that was nice.
That's really nice.
That's amazing.
And it was so spot on. I mean, you said his mum's name, L for Lewis. Even you said Jodie, his sister's name's Josie. Like, that's mad, the sunflower thing. And he died suddenly when we were 19. He was like at a party and he sort of got punched, and in one punch it ripped everything in his neck.
Oh, so
he
that
sort
was
of like
the impact. Yeah,
that's what happened. So Yeah,
So
that's
sad.
crazy. But nice to know. That makes me feel happy. I always like to think he's around.
And he's at peace.
Yeah, I knew he would be anyways, that kind of person. He'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
all of you get over it. I'm fine.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that. And everyone who's listening, if you want to have a reading, her Instagram handle is
Sister of the Moon 9123.
So just give her a DM and book in your slots. She's honestly amazing. She's probably one of the only mediums that I've had that is so on point.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Thank you.
I mean, I cried. It would be Courtney that would cry, not me.
Right, thank you so much.
Thank you so
You're welcome.
much. That was amazing.
Bye.
Bye.